Hi guys. So I'm going to do a little video for you on how to make the cucumber turkey sushi wraps. I posted the recipe in the group already. I'm gonna do it a little different than the recipe. I've tried it the way that they do it as one big sushi roll and then slice it, and it's kind of difficult to do. Like, I find that it falls apart as you're trying to roll it, and so I came up with a shortcut way to do it. So I'm gonna show you my shortcut way. The first thing I'm gonna show you is my trick for avocados. Now, I know someone said that they're allergic to avocados, so I do have an alternative for avocados. But the first thing we're gonna do for this recipe is to make guacamole. I love avocados, I love guacamole, and this is like the easiest way to make guacamole ever. So I'm using the Epicure guacamole dip. So it's 2 ripe avocados and 3 tablespoons of the dip mix. Now, I don't know if you guys can read this or not, but you can look it up on the website. There's only 5 calories per serving in this, and there is also only 1 gram of carb and 0 grams of fat, and only 3% of your sodium for the day. There's only 60 milligrams of sodium, which is really good. A lot of these dip mixes that you buy have a lot of sodium in them, and Epicure is very sodium conscious, which for me is great because I have high blood pressure. So I have to watch how much sodium I intake, and I feel very confident with all of their products. If you do like it a little saltier, you can add salt to it, which is great. Some people like things saltier. So we're gonna use that. So my trick for knowing if an avocado is ripe is right here at the stem. If you push on it and it pushes in gently or wiggles slightly, that means it's ripe. If it's hard and rigid and doesn't move, that means it's not ripe yet. If you touch it and it completely sinks in or falls off, it is too ripe and it is overdone. So these ones I actually was able to find, and they are perfect. I know they're hard to find perfect in the store. Sometimes you have to get them a little ripe and wait a little while. You can also buy them, wait till they're perfectly ripe, and then freeze them, so you always have some that are perfectly ripe. All right, so we're just gonna cut up our 2 avocados, and I just use a knife and I cut along, and then I twist it to open it. You can just kind of push the pit out like that with the knife. And then since we're gonna mash it anyway, I just kind of squeeze it out of the skin. It's a super easy way to get it all out, and you can get all the nice soft stuff out. And then you just discard the skin. Same with this one. I'll do my next one. See, like I said, perfectly ripe. Try not to cut myself while I'm doing this. Okay, so for those of you who don't do avocado, you can also use whipped whipped cream cheese. And with the whipped cream cheese, instead of all right. My phone just like totally like jumped off of the stand here. Okay, it's probably gonna happen again. All right. Okay, so you can use whipped cream cheese, and you're gonna use the spinach dip with the whipped cream cheese, and it's the same thing. It's only 5 calories. This one has 0 milligrams of sodium. This one is actually my favorite dip because it has no sodium in it. It has so much flavor. And I actually use this one in my scrambled eggs. I just sprinkle a little bit in the egg mixture before I cook it, and it's delicious. It also, if you mix it in, like if you hard boil eggs and you mix the hard boil yolk with this and just a tiny bit of cream cheese and put it back in, you have amazing deviled eggs. So this is one of my favorite like all-purpose seasonings that they make. All right. Okay, having like technical difficulties here. Usually my phone stays on this fine when I make these videos, and for some reason today it doesn't want to cooperate. So anyway, back to our guacamole. I'm just going to do my other avocado here. This makes like a ton of guacamole, so we'll probably have leftovers, which is fine with me. Michaela and I like to take it for lunches to school as well. So just going to mash up my nice ripe avocados. All right, so we got it all nice and creamy. It's still got chunks in it, and that's okay. I like my guacamole chunky. If you want to put it through a food processor, you can, if you like it smoother. Yep, guacamole, making sure I got the right one. So I'm going to do 3 tablespoons of this. You can see, I don't know if you can see it, but it's all just dried herbs and spices. That's mostly Epicure is just, and it's big chunks of garlic, it's big chunks of onion, and it's all been dried. And they use, responsibly sourced, non-GMO ingredients. So they try to, keep everything as healthy and good for you as possible without all the extra additives. Then I'm just going to take a half of a lime and my juicer here and juice my lime in it. So not only does the lime add flavor, but guacamole and avocados actually turn black as they oxidize, just like apples turn brown as they oxidize. So since I want this to stay for the week for us for lunches, I add a little extra lime juice because it helps it stay green. And there's nothing wrong with it. You can eat it when it's black, but it just looks more appetizing when it stays green. So I'm just mixing it all together. Then I'm going to taste it. I think it was perfect. I don't like a lot of things that are salty because I tend to eat a low sodium diet because of my blood pressure. You can always add a little more salt to it. That's the beauty of it. You get to salt it to your taste. It doesn't need the extra salt as a preservative, so it's not overly salted already. I'm just sit here and eat this. It's fine. Okay. We have our guacamole or our whipped cream cheese mix, if that's what you decide. But you do need something sticky to use as glue. I took my cucumber and I used my Epicure mandolin to slice it nice and thin so that they're nice and flexible. The cucumber was like ginormous, so I had to cut it in half because they were just too big to even work with. And then I have my fresh turkey. Now, another variation that I'm doing is that I'm not using cheese in mine. I don't do a lot of dairy, but you can add cheese to yours. Sure, it's quite delicious with cheese. So I'm just gonna, it's like falling apart as I take it out here. I try to get the boar's head when I get lunch meat just because it's a little more expensive, but boar's head is actually gluten-free. I don't know if you guys know this, but they do put a lot of preservatives and also gluten into some lunch meats, which is weird. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna take my glue and I'm gonna spread it on my nice thin piece here. And then I'm just going to put, you can put cheese and turkey or just turkey. I'm just using turkey. Then you're gonna put a little more glue, so it's like 2 layers of glue, which is actually guacamole. And then if you want to put the cheese on, you can do that. Like I said, I'm not doing cheese in mine. And then you're just going to take it and you're going to roll it like a little pinwheel. And then I have these little toothpick sticks that go through it. Whoops, did I miss? I did, I missed. Huh. Trying to stab myself here. There we go. They go through it and they sit very nicely on the tray like that. And you can take them as appetizers, you can eat them as a snack. My daughter and I are planning to take them for lunch this week. They make a great low-carb snack, a low-carb meal. They are gluten-free as long as you use gluten-free lunch meat. And that's about it. So I hope you guys like it and give it a try. You can do different variations of it. You can use cheese. You can also, if you wanted to bring them to a party and you want to up the ante a little bit, you could add some bacon. So get creative with it. But